Hey, welcome to the No Onions podcast where we talk to actors, we talk to filmmakers, we talk to producers, we talk to fans, we talk to anybody who is in this whole acting world, and we talk to them about their unpopular opinions about popular productions. Today, I'm so excited, man. I got this person today, man. I feel like most of y'all gonna probably already know him. He's an actor extraordinaire, and he's not just talented, but the boy is skilled. He is trained. You've seen him with your major production companies. You've seen him with Wow. You've seen him with Trusted Theater. You've seen him at the University of South Carolina. Of course, you've seen him in a few of CoreyJon stories. He killed it as Walter Lee in A Raisin in the Sun. He's an incomparable photographer, husband, man of God, father, and so much more. Listen, I introduced to you guys, to some of you, but present to most of you, none other than my brother, Dion DK Turner.
What's
What's
up?
up, bro?
What's up, man? That intro is crazy. Thank you,
Hey,
man. You made me
hey, man.
sound like somebody.
You are, bro. You are, man. I'm so happy you came, man. Like, I know we've been talking about it for a minute, and
Right.
with scheduling and all the stuff you got going on, I know it's been hard, but I'm glad you finally here, bro.
Yeah,
Man,
man.
I can't wait to chop it up, man. Before we get into it, I just kind of like to tell the people why I chose you, or why I want you
Yeah,
on. We go way back to when
way
you
back.
was to when you was illegal, but you were still acting. You know what I'm saying? Doing your thing, man. And
Facts.
you've always been humble, but you've always been confident. And it's so rare that you get somebody who can successfully execute both of those characteristics, man. And you just do it
Wow.
so effortlessly, man. Effortlessly, man.
Man,
And I'm
that's
so
love, man. I'm
so
glad you saw
blessed to
that.
have you.
I'm glad you saw that in me because at the time I thought I was everything but confident.
Really,
I'm,
really.
that's all God, man. I'm glad that I didn't radiate what I felt inside.
Mm,
Most times, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody
yeah,
can catch
yeah.
that, but sometimes you can like radiate something to people that blesses them, and even though inside you might feel like, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm just trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
But
not
there's
for real.
a something that you carry that touches people, and
Yeah.
I'm just humbled that you saw that in me at that young age.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, man. And you just me and my wife, we talk all the time. Like we be like, yo, Dion gonna make it. Like the
Yeah,
boy, the boy is like he is just he's there. He has every if there was a toolkit or a blueprint for success, like it's like you're it. You know what I'm saying?
oh man, y'all trying to make me blush on the podcast. Hey, shout out to
Uh,
Beezy. Appreciate you, Beezy. Shout out to Beezy.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, man. So real quick, before we get too far into it, bro, like if people want to book you for a show, if people just want to follow you, if people want to book you for, photography, like how can they find you socials?
Yeah, so on Facebook, I'm just DK Turner. If you just type in DK Turner, you'll see my big head pop up. And then I also got a photography page, which is DK Turner Photography. So if you type in DK Turner, all that stuff will pop up. On Instagram, it's Turner Photos 12. Don't ask me why the number 12 at the time. It just felt right. And it's just
Yeah,
been there ever since.
because of the 12 tribes.
Yeah, the 12, yeah, the 12 tribes of Israel. Yeah, yeah,
Mhm,
yeah. That's what the
mhm.
12 stand for. That's actually so Turner Photo 12 on Instagram.
Yeah,
And my email is book.dkturner@gmail.com if you want to talk about doing a show, or even if you want to talk about photo shoots and stuff, book.dkturner@gmail.com.
perfect, perfect. Thank you. Y'all rewind that and keep rewinding it, loop that so you can take notes of it and all that great stuff.
Yes,
Listen,
sir.
bro, I'm gonna jump into something a little personal real quick. So,
Okay.
um, a while back, I think I asked you. I said, "So, bro, like, how do you spell your name?" Like, like you was like,
Bro,
"Yeah, man, it's you said your mom spelled it this
yeah,
way on
yeah.
purpose, and you even told me something about the pronunciation. Please enlighten the people about."
Okay. So I get this question a lot. Actually, I didn't think this was going to become a thing, but it's a thing now.
Mhm.
So on my socials, right, I'm DK Turner, right, and that's my initials, and that kind of came kind of out of the spur of the moment.
Mhm.
I was like, I'm just gonna start going by DK, right, because like my art, like a lot of people know my art
Mhm.
before they know me.
Yeah.
So they will see my photos, or they'll see, they'll come see a show or something, and they'll know me as an artist, but then they don't really know me as Dion. So DK kind of became like its own thing. But you got, a couple of people like, you're one of those people where it's like, nah, you Dion. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what this DK message is. I met you as Dion.
Yeah.
Coming to America. His mom named Clay. I'm gonna
I'm
call
gonna
him
call
Clay.
him Clay.
Yeah. So I got people who like, if my name is Dion, I'm gonna call him Dion. So, but the proper spelling is DEON. Now the proper spelling, which is on the
Come on.
government,
Come on.
is DE apostrophe capital ON. I don't know. My mom was trying to be fancy. They was trying to combine my names together. I don't know, but that's the government way to
So
spell
is the pronunciation different? So is it Dion? Like, you know what I'm saying? We supposed to pause? Like, what's the what's the
it. Man, yeah, it's just Dion, man. It's just Dion. I mean, some people do ask me this. They say, is it Dion? Like, is it a silent Y in there, or is it D on? I'm like, bro, it's just DK, man. Just
I was like Dion, because he
yeah,
owned
yeah, it's on.
Dion.
It's on. Man, y'all funny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
Dion. It's just Dion. Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So hey, so you've been so I've known you, I can't even count the years. Because
No.
I think I met you before I met my current wife. So it's
Yeah.
been at least 10 years.
Yeah.
Um, so bro, like you like you think so you've been acting the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I've been acting sophomore
that's a
year.
lot of years in the game, bro.
Bro, it's crazy when I really think about it, because time is going so fast.
Yeah,
Well, when I think about it, and you sit down and you start to think about all the shows, because as an actor, as other actors, they
yeah,
understand this. You kind of measure your life by shows. So you like, oh, at that point of my life, I was in that show, and then I
hmm
was in that show. So when you
yeah,
start to like really keep track of all your shows, and you look, it's like, oh shoot, I've been like over 30 shows. How'd that happen? Right. And that doesn't
yeah,
mean that you automatically Denzel, but it just means like you said, you've been doing this for a long time.
yeah.
So, like you said, I met you. I probably was a junior in high school,
Wow,
maybe just became a senior in high
wow.
school when I met you. I started acting seriously my sophomore year of high school. So I've been going seriously since then. And I'm
Wow.
in my third year of grad school
Wow.
after taking a several years break in between undergrad and grad. So I'm
Right.
doing this a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
you out here, bro. That's what's up. So we talked about Denzel, and anytime somebody bring up Denzel, I feel like you can't just like breeze by Denzel.
yeah. You can't glance past this.
Um, so so one thing that I kind of admire about Denzel, like a lot of us, we take acting really seriously, and I think we should. You know, I think portraying somebody on screen is a big responsibility
Right.
because you have to be honest to
Mhm.
that person so that the viewer can really understand, the story, right?
Right.
So, but one thing I heard Denzel say, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember it verbatim.
Yeah.
Um, he said something along the lines of it's just acting, you know,
Mhm, mhm.
like basically
Heard of
like
that. Yeah.
you overcomplicating it. It's just
Right. Right.
it's just
Right.
acting.
He was
Like
like, it's not that serious. Like, it's not hard.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So what's your approach, man? Because like, and I asked that because I've seen you go from real serious like bad guy
Yeah.
to real hungry with this beautiful arc storyline and like
Yeah.
what like how do you get into those places acting like
So let me circle back to what Denzel said.
yeah
So in the context, if I remember right, because he said this several times, but he was talking about hard jobs. And
hmm
he was saying, he used to be a trash man at one point, and he was saying that's
that's
hard.
the hard job yeah
Like, that's a hard job, right? He was in New York, so you waking up, 4 or 5 in the morning, hauling trash for hours. He said that's hard. He said standing in front of a camera, being a character, that's easy. So he was
hmm
comparing it like, that's hard work. He was really saying we're grateful to be able to do this
yeah
and actually make a living
hmm
acting on camera or on stage, because I believe that's where the real acting is.
hmm
But so back to my personal beliefs, I just kind of already slid into it. I think being an actor requires a very intentional, how can I put this? You have to be very intentional about your emotions.
hmm
And as black men, that's non-existent growing up for most of us. For
yeah
most of
100% 100%
for most of us, not all, but most of us growing up, it's like Emotions. What? How do you spell that? What is that?
How
Is
do
that
you
is
spell
that a
it?
different language? Is that
Yeah.
Chinese? Like what emotions? What does that mean? Crying? Oh, you better not be caught crying in public,
Yeah.
right? So if you're coming from that, and then you say I want to be an actor, you're gonna have like these mental blocks
Hmm.
and emotional blocks because you're fighting against what you've been programmed to not do, right?
Hmm.
So in a way, I think acting actually is very difficult, but not in the sense of it's hard to get up and do it, right? It's difficult because you have to tap into who you are in order to become somebody else.
Whew,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah,
bro. If it's, I don't know what rating the show is, but second season, I don't know what rating it is, but
yeah,
I almost said something. But so let's like parlay there, right?
yeah, yeah,
Because for sure, bro. Like Kenny Cross, Kendrick the poet,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like he and I was like real cool when he was, before he acted full time, right?
Right.
And he used to always tell me, man, like one of his things was acting is being yourself on
Mm,
camera as
mhm.
somebody else.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
it was
yeah.
like, and like when you first hear it, it was like, wait, what?
Like,
You know,
what?
how do I
Yeah,
be myself as somebody else? You
right,
know,
right.
but I feel like that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like you can, if you take Denzel, if you take
Yeah,
Will, if you take Samuel L. Jackson, and
yeah.
you make all three of them Steve Urkel, they're all going to execute it differently. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
I just try
Same
to
character.
imagine. Yeah, I try to imagine Denzel, Steve Urkel just now. It's
Right.
funny though because there was a Sesame Street episode that
Hmm.
Denzel was on, and he was like this. I think he was like a librarian or something. He had like the bow tie and the glasses, and he was kind of nerdy, and
Yeah.
he was still cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, like this. I mean, you
Denzel
know,
ain't never without swag, bro. Like,
bro, it's a movie he did. I think it's called
oh yeah.
Roman is
Oh shoot. I know
Esquire.
he had the big, yeah, the
The
big fro
afro and the
thing. Yeah.
glasses. Yeah. I mean, he was still kind of cool though. Like he was weird, he was quirky, but it's still Denzel. So,
Yeah.
like to your point, and like what Kenny said, it's funny because Kenny actually worked with my mom at Blue Cross
Oh
before
word.
he went on, to do his acting thing.
That's
So,
I worked
and
with him at Blue Cross too.
oh, that's dope. That's the man.
Yep.
Everybody worked for Blue Cross, and
Yeah.
it's funny because he also was part of the Nia company, which is
Yep.
yep, created by Darian McLeod, which I'm part of the Nia company right now. So it's like just a small world, right? And then
Yeah.
I saw him on Stranger Things like what 2 years ago, and I was like, oh, that's Kenny. But
I just saw
he
him
was
on
a poet,
PFF.
right? He was
Yeah,
Kenny
he was a
the poet,
poet.
right?
Kendrick the
Yeah,
poet.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So shout out to Kenny. Hey, shout out to
Yeah.
Kenny.
Yeah, man.
Putting on for
That's
the city.
family.
Yeah, facts. But like I was saying, you can't really be anything but yourself. So even as an actor, and you're trying to bring this character that somebody else created, right?
Hmm.
Somebody else wrote
Hmm.
this character to existence. But watch this. They wrote that character into existence with parts of themselves in it.
Hundred
So
percent.
you can't not be yourself.
Yeah.
Now, God has blessed us with an imagination,
Yeah.
which is one of the most powerful things about us that we can imagine things, right? One of the first things we learn about God, I'm not going to turn this to a sermon. One of the first things we learn about God, Genesis 1:1, is that God created the heavens and the earth. So we see first in the Bible that God is creative. That's the first thing we learn about God. Not that he's good, not that he's love, not that he's all powerful, almighty. He's all those things and more. But the first thing we learn is that he's creative.
Hundred
And then
percent.
we learn a few scriptures down that we were made in his image. So it doesn't mean we look like God because he's a spirit, but we were given his characteristic and attribute.
Yeah.
So we have that creative power in us.
Yeah.
So we're able to create things, we're able to imagine things. So acting is creativity,
Yeah.
right? That's what makes you stand out from the next person is your imagination. I
Yeah.
can read this role if we're going in for an audition and it's a cold read, which means for the new actors, a cold read is where they give you a side from the script and you just read it straight up in the audition room.
Right.
I will read that cold read different
First
than a
time
hundred
seeing it.
other people,
Hmm.
right? Because of no one, those other 100 people are not me.
Yeah. And
It's,
and to put a pin right there too, like
yeah,
I always tell actors too, because I do a lot of like trying to help people like do some side
yeah,
coaching or helping people like kind of direct their careers or whatever. But like I always tell people, like if you don't get casted after audition, it's okay.
right,
It does not mean you're a bad actor.
right,
You know,
Right. Right.
sometimes it just means what you bring to that character isn't what they wanted, and that's
Right.
okay. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and
Yeah.
a lot of people have quit, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
because they didn't get cast in an audition,
That-
and and like we kind of went through, like, being a character is about what you bring to that, to that character, to that role,
Right.
and it's okay that what you bring to that isn't what somebody else is looking for,
Exactly.
because, like you said, because the person who wrote that or is casting for that put themselves, a piece of themselves, in that, so they're
Right.
looking for somebody who maybe looks like them, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, to a degree.
Right.
So
Right. Yeah. Or even someone who's the opposite of them,
right.
because they might be like, you actually too much like me. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? That's
Whatever that is.
there are things that's out of our control.
Yeah.
I've been not casting stuff because I'm too tall. Right? I'm six
Yeah.
five. So if I'm walking in 6'5" and I'm super talented, but the leading lady is 5'4", I mean, they might say, "Man, DK, you're great, but."
Bro, this is one of the reasons why I was like, we can't, because I remember one time we tried to do this and we was like, we got like 15, 20 minutes. This is why we
I
can't do
know,
it short,
I know.
bro. So I'm, and every time you throw something, I'm like, come back, because that whole thing, bro, I remember auditioning for something,
Yeah,
um and it wasn't even audition. I'm sorry, I was in a class. I
yeah,
was in an acting class, and I'm a big guy, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Um and but back then I was a little bit smaller,
yeah,
but the guy was like, and I don't want to give his name because y'all gonna know who he is.
yeah.
But the guy who was doing the class, he was like, listen, man, like, you got the look, you got the height, like, you got the acting chops, like, you could be out here killing this, this acting thing. You out here
Right,
killing it. He
right.
said, but you're too big. And he
Mm.
was like, he was like, if you're big, you got to be funny. Like,
Wow.
and then he was like, because, and then he said, and he also said, he said, you're too attractive to be next to the leading guy, but you're too
Wow.
big to be the leading guy. So
Whoa.
it's so much stuff, bro, that goes into, you know what I'm
This,
saying? Like,
what did you just tell me?
yeah, I'm like, I guess the bottom line is I need to lose weight. Okay.
Yes, you just want me to
Okay.
go lose weight. Okay, fine.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
just I'm gonna just focus on that. All right.
Oh, you know what though? But I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you being honest and vulnerable about that, because that made me think about. Okay, so I teach acting too. I'm getting my master's, but they also have us teaching undergrads. So I teach intro to acting, and
Oh,
the number one question I get the most is, "Help me with auditions! Help me with auditions! I got an audition! Help me! I need help! What do I do?" And my approach to teaching acting comes from, it's an identity perspective, right? So I'm
yeah.
like, I'm all about being the person. So the world
Yeah.
teaches, and this is going to open up a whole nother can of worms, but the world teaches do, be, have. So do certain things and you will become something, and then you can have what you want. But the Bible actually teaches be, do, have. So you already are, right? The person. And then from that identity flows activity. And
Hmm.
then from that activity flows property, or whatever it is
Yeah.
that you're
Yeah.
trying to get. So for those who are like, DK, what are you talking about? What I'm saying is, I would spend more time becoming the best version of myself so that
Hmm.
I'm able to do my best, and then I can have the best. But you have to focus on becoming first.
Hmm.
So when I say that, because somebody else might be saying, brother, I'm still lost. What I mean is, you have to know who you are and
Hmm.
then strive to become the best version of who that is. And that might not work for everybody, but that's
Hmm.
okay, because you're not for everybody.
Yeah.
So you're not for every project.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We can go deeper. We can go deeper because, like, outside of, film, right? And I know this is a film podcast, so we'll come back to it. But,
Yeah.
like, one thing that I learned growing up too is, in echoing what you just said, is
Yeah.
like, a lot of times we try to pursue relationships,
Mm,
jobs,
yeah.
friendships,
Right.
whatever. We try to pursue all those things before we become. And
Mm,
then what happens is we're in these relationships and
right.
we're miserable, or we're in
Yeah.
these friendships, and as we start to become,
Yeah.
then we see these friendships, you know,
Yep.
separate.
Yep.
And the reason it's being is because you weren't who you were supposed to be first.
Right.
Because if you are who you're supposed to be, then those other things will
Yeah.
gravitate to that. You'll attract your people. You'll
It's
attract that relationship. You'll, like though that job, because you are who you're supposed to be, as opposed to doing first. So yeah, I'm 100% with you on
preaching.
that, especially on the in terms of film and acting and all that great stuff too. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's really big, and it took me. I ain't gonna get my age, but I'm old. You know what I'm saying? I'm older. I'm you know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah,
Yeah,
ain't great,
yeah, you know what I'm saying. but yeah, so like, and it took a minute, bro. Like, but and
Yeah.
it's so refreshing to do it that way too, bro. Because then when things happen, you don't feel like you lost anything. Like,
Right.
because you're securing who you are. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Bro, man, I'm gonna say this. It's gonna be super quick.
no.
So, and you know this personally, but I'll keep it vague. I won't put all the details in there. So, I was a part of a theater company
Hmm.
a long time ago. Long time ago. I started when I was like 17, right?
Yeah.
And at that time, I didn't know who I was really. I wasn't as confident as as I may have been appearing to be. I
Yeah.
wasn't that confident. I had low self esteem. I was basing my identity on my relationships. So I was very much. I thought I was very much in love with this young lady, and whatever she wanted me to be, I thought that's who I was. Right.
Mm.
I'll say all that to say I wasn't. I didn't have an identity. I didn't know who I was,
Yeah.
and it was affecting my acting at the time, and I was new at acting, right? So
Yeah.
I still had a lot to learn, right? So I did some shows with this company, and I think I did pretty well to say
Yeah.
that I was kind of new still. I did pretty well. I was playing, a lot of older characters because I've always been kind of mature, and I'm a giant, so I've never really played like my age. I've always
Yeah.
played older, but there was some uh I was insecure about myself, so there some of that flowed into my acting, and I kind of walked with my head down, kind of hunched over a little bit. It wasn't as
Yeah.
confident, right?
Yeah.
So that the notes I would get from the director and just some comments and stuff like that, it kind of made me feel like maybe this isn't for me, or maybe
Mm.
I'm not good enough, right?
Mm.
Okay, so I went to school, right? And let's fast forward 10 years. So now I'm who I am today. I learned who I am. I know whose I am, right? I
Mm.
know who I am and whose I am. I know what I'm put here to do. And the confidence now flows out of my identity in Christ. So now, naturally, head starts to go up a little more, right? Stride starts to come a little bit more powerful, right?
Yeah.
My activity becomes more intentional because my identity is secure. So
That's
now I
smart.
go back to the same company,
Mm-hmm.
audition for a show, and they're like, "What?" Like, so you got to remember, they're comparing who I am now to the 17-year-old.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I just walked in the room, and this is not a proudful moment at all.
No.
This
No.
is
No.
this is just the result of like growth. I
Mm-hmm.
walk into the room, and they're like, "Wait, Dion? Like,
Mm-hmm.
no way." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I became."
Yeah. Yeah. That's real, and that's a powerful testament to securing you first. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think that's really big, man. So I'm a move a little bit,
Yeah, let's shift.
real quick. So, because I want to make sure we talk about this because we got to talk about it on every show.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
I mean, we talked about a lot of film. We talked about production. You mentioned something that hopefully we can get to before the end of the production because
yeah.
because I'm gonna challenge you on it because I don't feel
Okay.
the same way.
Okay,
And
let's
that
do it.
it don't happen often with me. You don't agree, so I'm interested
No,
in
right?
that. So I'm
I
gonna
know,
come
right?
back to it. But so all right, so it's called no onions because the onions are a part of the holy trinity of cooking, right? Like it's
Okay.
onions, bell peppers, and celery.
Yep. Yep.
So so what three things do you think make up a successful production? Now, narrow it down either film or stage, but just three components that if
Yeah.
you have these, it increases your likelihood of having a successful production.
Yeah. You know what? You know what's so funny, bro? I was just talking about this earlier today. I was just talking about stage plays
Hmm.
and what makes them successful. That's so crazy. Wow, literally this morning I was talking about this. Did like a 2-hour sermon about this. Okay, so I'm gonna do stage plays because I'm a stage play guy, right?
Yeah.
I'm slowly getting into film. I've done some film stuff. I want to do more film stuff. So, film directors who watching this, yes, I want to do film. But I'm just, I'm kind of my foundation is theater,
Yep.
and like Denzel says, hey, get on the stage. That's
Yeah.
where you learn how to act on the stage because there is no take two. So once you out there, and their audience, they expecting something. You got to give them something.
100%.
So if you can do stuff on stage or you get behind the camera, it's easy. If anything, you have to calm down because you're so used to being so expansive.
Yeah. Denzel said something like, and we see you keep going.
I know.
Denzel said something like, again, paraphrasing,
Yeah.
that the stage is for actors
Yep.
and film is for cinematographers
Yep.
or
Yep. It's the director's medium. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's the director's
but
medium.
but
Now,
anyway, we can come back to that. So give me
yeah,
a three.
we'll come back because
Yeah.
that's a good point. That's a good topic too. But so for stage plays, I think the three things you need, absolutely need, you need a great script.
Mm,
You need a great script. There are a lot of projects, and there's some things that I've been watching, and things that I've been trying to check out, and some local things too that I'm trying to be more intentional about, like
yeah.
checking out and watching. And what's the link? Give me the YouTube because I want to watch it because it's a lot of talented people,
Yeah.
especially in Columbia. I mean, everywhere, everywhere. But I'm
Yeah.
from Columbia, South Carolina, so
Yeah.
there's some talented people in Columbia, and there's a lot of projects that's going on that people don't know about, right?
100%.
And there's a lot of projects that people don't support because it's not Netflix, Hulu, Peacock. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
know, you
Hey, let
know.
me hey, exclusive real quick. The first time
Okay.
I said it to anybody. Um Perfect Victim reached picture lock yesterday.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, I
Yeah.
just want to say that real quick. Go ahead.
The Perfect Victim. Y'all gotta watch that, man. That's a great one. That's a great one. I know a little something about it. But so you gotta have a great script. I said all that
Yeah.
stuff about the talent and stuff because you can watch something that has amazing talent. It has great intentions. It's
Yeah.
being advertised, it's being promoted. People are watching it, but the writing is like, ah. So no matter how talented you are, you have to have an amazing script to work with.
Yeah, no, I
It's,
agree.
it's very hard to act well with a bad script
Hmm.
because the script is the foundation. The script is the story. If you don't use the script, then it's just improv,
Yeah.
right?
Everything else goes according to the script.
Right. Everything. That's why I love acting because, it's all there for you,
Hmm.
right? And it's your job to make it come to life because the audience is not going to sit there and read the script. They're
Right.
watching you, but it's your job as the actor to read the script
Yeah.
over and over and over and over again, right? That's more practical acting stuff. We might get to that, maybe not. But the script has to be tight.
Okay.
The characters, the story, the motivations, the subtext. What's subtext? What's not being said?
Yeah.
So yes, the characters are saying this, but what are they not saying? If you
Hmm.
got two lovers in a scene, they don't have to express their love to each other all through words. Some
Right.
stuff is nonverbal.
Ooh, bro, man, I got a whole soapbox for that. Like,
Bro, we need
anyway,
a series, bro. We said this before.
yeah, we did, we
We
did,
want video, man, because we go there. We go
yeah,
there. But
bro.
so you gotta have a great script, okay?
Hmm.
And then of course you gotta have great talent. You gotta have great
Yeah,
actors,
yeah,
right? That's pretty obvious, right?
yeah,
You gotta have great actors. And if you have a great script and great actors, whoo, but guess what? Guess what? Here's the thing. Great actors need great direction
mm,
because they need someone who's outside of the world that views the whole world from a bird's eye view or a sideline view
hmm,
in the theater, and who can view the whole world and say, this picture looks nice. Oh, this looks good. This is where we're trying to go. You need someone who, like a football team, needs a head coach.
yeah,
We always give all this love and we give all these roses and flowers to the players, but what about the coaches? But
yeah,
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Somebody might say, "Well, it's the play. It's the players." Well, guess what? When the team loses a lot, they don't fire the players. They fire the coach because it's the coach's gig to
yeah,
win,
yeah,
right? So you need a great script. You need great actors. You need a great director. Now there's
boom,
other things you need, right? But
yeah,
those
yeah.
three, if you got
If
those
you,
three and put
yeah,
them in an empty lot, oh,
yeah.
You can do a
Yeah,
Broadway.
if you got those three in the like you can do something. You can do
Yeah, you
something.
can do something. Yeah, I mean, look
Yeah,
at the
especially when it comes to stage plays, and I'm
right,
glad you like narrowed it down to that because
stage plays.
it's people, and I'm not going I'm not going to um what's the word I'm looking for?
Right.
I'm not going to talk badly about any other
Oh
productions,
yeah, yeah. No, no, no.
but like outside of stage plays, like there are movies that have had massive box office success,
Yeah,
and then we look back on them,
yeah,
20 years later, and we're like, this made no sense.
yeah. It don't
They
hold up.
they
Yeah,
sold drugs so they could dance, and
yeah. The
we was
story.
like, yeah, man, do it, man, you got this. We was all in it, yeah. So
Yeah,
anyway, I ain't if
yeah.
y'all probably heard it before.
That's a
It's,
That's a whole
what
nother.
we all talking about.
That's a whole nother
Um,
path to take right there. That's why I said stage plays because movies
yeah,
a
yeah,
whole nother thing that goes into it.
yeah. So
Yeah,
I dig that. I dig it. Real quick, because I want us to touch everything, but I want us to get through the stuff that I gotta go through
yeah, fact.
for my for the film. I mean, for
Yeah.
the podcast format. So
No
the other
shame.
thing is, we talk to people about their unpopular opinions, and
Yeah,
this production we're gonna kind of flip it. Normally, we ask people like what they didn't like that everybody likes. So
yeah,
we're gonna talk about something that got some not so great reviews. I think it was like a 7 out of 10 on IMDb, which is not
yeah.
great. It's like a little above average, and
Right.
so the film that you feel like is better than it was credited for.
Yeah.
What movie is that, sir?
So everybody get ready. Brace yourself. I'm going Avatar 2, The
the,
Way of Water.
the blue people.
The
The
blue
blue
people.
people.
Pandora. I'm going Avatar 2. Avatar 2, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated films that has been produced in the last 20 years. I mean, it's underrated. Now, the first
100%.
Avatar, let me say this though. The first Avatar got amazing reviews. The
Yeah.
first Avatar blew people away because we never saw anything like that before,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But Avatar 2, I feel like Avatar 2 took everything Avatar 1 did, and they were like, I feel like James Cameron was like, now check this out.
Right. No, 100%, man.
Yeah,
And like, I mean, you had like, bro, Zoe. You had Zoe
bro.
Saldana in it. Like,
Yeah,
you can't like she's and I'm not talking about physical you people. That's not what I'm talking about.
right,
The
right,
girl
right,
is a dope actress. You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Facts, facts,
Like it's
facts.
crazy. I will go through her the stuff that she's done,
Yeah,
and I've never seen some of the movies, because that's not, I guess this I'm not their target or whatever, target
right.
demographic. But I'll go look just because she's in it, and I'm like, dang, this was a good movie.
Yeah, yeah.
I can say I've never seen anything she's been a part of flop, in my opinion. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
right. Yeah,
Um,
yeah. She's dope, and
we can argue and say she shouldn't have played a certain role. I'm not
yeah,
gonna get into all that,
looking all
but
that. Yeah,
yeah, but
yeah.
I think she is dope, bro, and like she killed that. You know what I'm saying? And
Oh,
the fact that these people are acting with, and this is the thing,
stuff on his
bro.
face.
This,
Oh, yeah,
I just made a post, bro. I said acting is childish, bro.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
them Marvel, like y'all in the big green room with
Facts.
toys, and
Bro,
y'all
doing the stuff
pretending,
we used to do as kids, bro.
yeah, right,
That's literally what they're doing in a
exactly, bro. Wearing
for
the cape, like,
$10 million. Bro, like that's why I'm like,
bro.
put me in a Marvel film. I've been doing this since I was 3 years old.
Facts, bro. My
Come
mama will tell
on,
you today I would wear a cape and have a bat and I ride my bike and just pretend I was Superman, bro. That's
bro.
exactly, bro.
Man, I'll be so believable. They'll be like, dang, this dude really is Black Panther. Like, I've
Yeah,
been doing this since I was 2 years old. Yes, I'm Black Panther.
bro, bro.
Man, yo,
I'm trying to tell you, dog. Like, but the fact
yeah,
that they're able to be so convincing in
right.
those, like, to be able to get your mind focused on something really happening that is not happening,
It's not happening, bro. It's
bro.
not. It's
Like,
just not happening. It's not real. But
yeah,
when you watch it, I mean,
bro.
of course, there's a lot of CGI, there's a lot of computer,
Yeah,
there's all this stuff. But the acting as an actor, when you watch something like that, you're really looking for the connection. And
yeah,
in those movies, in Avatar 2, those actors are connected. I
yeah.
mean, the storyline to me, I feel like is solid. It's a story of family. If you're
100%.
okay, so I'm a husband, I'm a father. right?
Hmm.
If you're a parent, if you're a spouse, you can watch that movie and get some great, great, great like things
I
from it.
I cried, bruh. Like,
It'll take
bro,
you there.
bro.
It'll take
I
you
know
there.
it's like almost 3 hours long or
Yeah,
something.
it's 3 hours, 15 minutes, bro.
Yeah, bro.
It's long.
I was in there, bro, and like me and the wife went to see it,
Yeah.
and we was on like a little trip. I think it was um I think it was our honeymoon actually, but
Okay. Okay.
we went to see it, and we went to the late night movie because we didn't know it was that long. We
Yeah.
went. It started at midnight.
Oh shoot.
And so
No, no night,
we in there, bro, and we in there. And I mean, I'm balling, bro. Like, and then
bro.
we come out like, dang, it's almost 4 o'clock.
Bro,
Like,
it's an experience, bro.
yeah,
That's
bro.
the thing I love about the most. It's an experience. You really feel like you are in Pandora and you are part of that world, and you're so invested, especially with the second one because the kids are now involved. So the
Yeah,
kids are finding themselves in danger. Then
that's
they
the
go meet a
part, bro.
whole other tribe, and it's like, oh, they're water avatars, and they have like different body shapes, and it's just like,
Yeah,
what is happening?
yeah,
Yeah, it's dope, man. And a lot of people
hundred
don't like
percent.
it. A lot of people don't like it. So that's the
Yeah,
unpopular opinion. Yeah,
yeah.
I
But
love
like you said, I think the reason people don't like it is because they saw the first one and it was new. And when
it.
you
Yeah.
see something that's new, it's almost like people who, you God forgive me, I don't do this, but people who like drink liquor for the first time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that initial, buzz. Like you spend the rest of the time trying to find it, but you don't find that first one. That's what they say. That's
Mm,
whatever.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
so I say that to say like when you see it the first time and it catches you off guard and you get that feeling,
Mhm.
it's hard to duplicate that feeling.
Yeah.
But if you just take it for what it is, that's a dope movie, bro. Like
It's a
I'm
dope movie,
I'm
man. I
with you.
mean, those young actors, they are killing it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the fact, so I thought of this really, really fast.
Good.
This is a technology thing. So the first one was 2009, and
Oh
then the
wow.
second one was 2022.
2022. Yep.
Now, this third one is coming out this year, 2025. So look at how quickly the technology is evolving. It took them what from 2009 to 2022. What's that? 13 years?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
took them 13 years to make the second one, and it only took them 3 years to make the third one. So that just shows you how the technology is evolving, right? But
Yeah.
and I just want to throw it out there for my nerdy tech guys because
Yeah.
I'm one
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
them too. But it's just this CGI AI stuff is crazy, but at the end of the day, it will never replace genuine human connection. And
Yeah.
no matter who you are, when you see two actors honestly connecting on camera, you're gonna be drawn in, and that's why
So
I love those movies.
so listen, so boom. So I'm glad you said that because this is the thing that I wanted to say that we kind of differ a little bit on. And
Okay,
my
let's do
light
it.
is getting dark in here. Let me see if I can get
Uh
some light in
oh.
here. Hold on, let me see.
Uh
Let
oh.
me see. Got a little bit.
Get
All right.
real. It's gonna get real on the podcast.
All right. So I know you said that stage versus film.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
said that stage is your words now, and I'm almost verbatim with this. Y'all can rewind it and
Yeah.
correct me on this. You
Thanks.
said stage is where the real acting happens.
Yeah. Yeah. I believe
So
so.
so I am going to respectfully, and I know I
Yeah.
got stage friends who listen
They
to the
on my side, bro.
podcast,
They on
and
my
I know
side. I got
I,
Denzel on my side, bro.
I'm going to respectfully disagree. Now, I
Yeah.
do think that in film you have room to get away with more, right?
Right.
I
Right.
definitely think you got room to get away with, you know,
Yeah.
stuff because maybe we paying attention to something else, or
Right.
maybe we color it differently so it can, like yeah, we got it's more tricks with film. I'll give you that,
Right.
but I do also feel like when it comes to film, you can't hide when the camera's here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
right here, like
Right.
whatever your face is doing, whatever your voice is doing, whatever you know breath you took, whatever spit you swallow,
Yeah. Yeah.
like you can't hide that stuff. So granted, you can as directors and editors, we can, if you suck at it, we can cut the
All
camera, you know what I'm saying, or do something different. But when that camera is on you, you know what I'm
right.
saying, as an actor, like you can't fake that. And I feel like
Yeah.
on stage something, not that, I mean, it's great actors like you, like Denzel, like Viola Davis, like and more and plenty more guys. I'm
Yeah,
just throwing people name
plenty
out.
more
Yeah,
Broadway
yeah,
people. Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah. It's but I do still feel like there are, like, when it comes to camera, like that authenticity,
yeah,
that
yeah,
that genuineness, that
yeah.
realness. I think on stage sometimes you have to over embellish it. Sometimes
Mm,
you have to overdo it for it to reach the back of the
back of the
crowd.
house. Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
So
I got
so I
you.
feel like, and sometimes in those instances, the sincerity of the moment isn't there because you have to focus on projecting. You know what I mean?
I
So
got you. I got you.
but
I get what you're
that's
saying.
that's
I get what you're saying. I'm
yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this about that. So I'm in my, like I said, I'm in grad school right now, and we take acting for the camera classes, and
Yeah.
we filmed a few short things just for class and
Yeah.
school purposes. And one of the things as a stage actor, when you transition into film, one of the challenges is actually exactly what you're saying, because now everything that you're so used to doing,
Mhm.
because you have to get it out. You have to make sure people can hear you. You have to make
Mhm.
sure that people can not only hear you but also understand you. So that
Mhm.
all your consonants have to be hit.
Yeah.
You have the diction, your articulation, all that stuff. That you have to think about all of that stuff and be honest and be
Yeah.
present and know
Yeah.
your lines and know your blocking all at the same time. So that's why when I say the real acting's on stage, I mean because it's like a supernatural thing that you're doing on stage because you're thinking about 80 million things at one time.
Yeah.
Now, what I will say is my experience with film is actually a lot simpler because you can think about just one thing at a time. And the
Yeah.
camera is
Mhm.
going to catch that thought. So
Mhm.
I learned this from Sydney, from Sydney Portier. I'm acting like he talked to me personally, right? But
That's what I thought. I was like, oh, he
yeah,
called you. He
yeah.
called you.
I mean, everybody who know me, they know Sydney. That's my guy, man. It
Yeah.
felt like I knew him personally, right?
Yeah.
I read that man books like 5 times. But anyway, so Sydney was talking one day in the interview, and he was talking about how, like, this was actually in one of his books, not an interview, it was in his books. He was talking about how the camera like sees your thoughts. So
Mm.
so if you're on camera, like, just really think. You
Mhm.
don't have to try to put on something. So I actually agree with you because stage actors go to film and we struggle at first because we're
Yeah.
trying to put on something
Yeah.
because that's what we've been trained to do. You
Yeah.
can't get on stage and not put on something because then nobody even like notices you, right?
Yeah.
So when you go to camera, you don't have to do as much. You
Right.
can just be an honest human being.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's
That's
harder.
hard. Yeah.
That's hard. So
Yeah.
so I'll say I believe stage is where, like, the great acting training happens. But
Mhm.
on film, you actually have to be a human being.
Yeah.
And that's hard.
Yeah. And I think to echo that, I think, like you said, I think it's easier to transition from. I think it's easier to transition from stage to film than it is the
Yeah.
other way around.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely.
yeah, to
Yeah,
take
absolutely.
those. I mean, because I did it. Like I was, I well, I guess I'm lying now that I think about it. I
Oh,
did
he
do
lying
stage
on the
first.
podcast. He lying on the podcast, y'all.
It was by mistake. It was by mistake. I forgot. I always forget that I acted in high school. I always forget that I did
Oh,
stage in
yeah,
high school.
yeah. Yeah, you did.
Yeah. So if you
You did a
don't if you
one-man
don't
show.
count that,
You
if you
did a
don't
one-man
count that,
show.
I did do a one man
One-man
show,
show.
bro.
Yeah, that's
I
hard.
did, man.
Yeah.
I did, bro. We had to do it. So it wasn't like an option. Well,
Me
no,
too.
we had so we had like the they do the final exam or whatever,
Mhm,
and for the
mhm.
theater class, it was your show.
Yeah,
So
that's dope.
did a one man show, bro, and it was cool. It was really cool, man. Anyway, we're not getting all that. It ain't about me. It's about you. So
Oh,
but the point I was making is, so yeah, I did do that in high school, and then after doing a whole bunch of other stupid stuff, then finding my way back to the world of entertainment and
yeah,
acting and film and all that.
yeah,
Um, I was doing film, just film, and
right.
and people said, "Oh man, you're such a great actor." You said blah blah blah, and then I said, "Okay, well, let me go audition for the stage play." And I got the role, but my subtleties weren't
Mm,
impactful on
yeah,
stage. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Uh, so it
Facts,
was like, we
facts.
need more, we need more, and I'm like, More what? I don't have anything
Right. Oh,
else.
have more.
I don't have more. I'm soft spoken. Um,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I'm not
Yeah.
really all that, you know. But
Mm,
we got there at least good enough for it to be filmed, right?
yeah.
The stage play to be filmed. But yeah,
Yeah.
I feel I think they're, if I'm honest, I think they are both um just as needed, and I think they both
Yeah.
exercise different muscles. It's like, it's like
Facts.
a workout, but exercising
Yeah.
different muscles.
Facts.
And
Facts.
I always say with film, um, if you can get that perfect marriage of the director,
Mm-hmm.
the actors,
Mm-hmm.
and the camera shot, if you get that perfect moment,
Yeah.
it's like bro, it's like nothing
Yeah.
else. And the beauty of it is you get it and it's recorded,
Right. It's forever.
bro. You can
If you don't use it, it's
and the
forever.
thing and the only thing in life that we can't repeat are moments, but on film you
Yeah.
can.
You can. You
You know what
can
I'm
watch.
saying?
Ooh, there are movies I watch. I've been watching since I was like 13, and every time I watch it, I'm just like, oh my god!
Yeah,
And that's a moment that I can repeat over
yeah,
and over and
bro.
over again. Where theater, it's like you kind of have to be there. So it's one of
Gotta
those
be there.
FOMO thing, like you should have been there. Like
Yeah,
I
bro.
hate that I missed Denzel on Broadway. I hate that because that's a moment that will never happen again.
Yeah. And then
That's-
in theater you got
yeah.
opening night might be different than closing night.
Oh,
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
every night. It's
Like,
every night, and that's one of those things you got to be in the room. So there's a like I can't say the word exclusivity to
yeah,
theater, where
yeah,
it's like, and that also kind of for me. That's why I say theater is a special place in my heart because not
yeah,
because I've just been doing it, but because there's a special moment when that audience is locked in with you and you getting that energy because there's a such
yeah,
thing as energy, and you
yeah,
get that energy
100%.
from the crowd and you feel that
100%.
and you give it back. That's like I get chills thinking about it because that's why I do acting. That's why I
Bro.
love theater.
Yeah,
You know?
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Especially if you have like y'all forgive me. Especially if you have that night where you invited your whole church out and all your friends and your family and they all coming to see you that day.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just something
Yeah.
different about that performance that
It's
day.
something
You know what
different.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those vibes, those
Yeah.
everybody wanting to see you win, and it's
Right.
almost like it's a invisible connection.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like man, I love. Don't get me wrong, I love stage. I love stage.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
100%. I just my I feel like I'm a little more geared toward film
Yeah.
because of the subtleties.
Right.
Um,
Right. And that feeling that we're talking about that comes with stage plays,
hmm
the beautiful thing about film is that moment is captured and
hmm
audiences everywhere anytime can have
yeah,
that experience.
everywhere. Yeah,
So if you locked in truly with your scene partner and you really like giving that, I think about this just came to my mind. I think about John Q and this it's a Denzel film
hmm
and y'all forgive me for forgetting the wife's name.
hold
I
up, I
think
got you.
my boy gonna look it up for me. Y'all forgive me.
Yeah,
Great, and I do not want to disrespect her by forget her name.
nah,
Um,
you good? We're gonna
oh
get
wait,
it right
wait,
now.
yeah, because um it's something that she oh I think Google is betraying us right now.
Kimberly Elise. Nah,
Yes,
they put somebody else as the lead. I was like, wait, she was
wait,
the driver.
yeah,
Wait a
yeah,
minute,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So Kimberly Elise.
Yeah.
So and John Q is one of those movies that I watch over and over again. When she found out that boy was dying, and she was like boo-hoo crying, and it's a moment where Denzel was at the door. I'm seeing it in my head. Denzel's at the door, and she's at the bed with the boy, and the numbers, I guess his blood pressure or whatever, it's like the numbers is like dropping, and she's like her hands are like this, and she turns and looks at him like, what are we gonna do? That moment, like
hmm
it breaks your heart
Do something,
every time you watch it.
bro, man. And it's Denzel he just always like I can imagine being a director on
Yeah,
set with Denzel. Like,
yeah.
bro, keep that camera rolling.
Facts.
No lunch breaks for you.
Yeah, just keep it
No
rolling.
lunch break. Just go wherever Denzel go. That's where you go.
Follow him. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Really.
saying? Because that's the other tricky part that I think people don't give film enough credit for too. Though, like one of the things
Mm,
that you have to overcome because if you get a moment but you don't capture it, it's so hard to run that back, bro.
Yeah,
So
yeah. That's like
if
photography.
cameras ain't rolling,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. You got to catch that right face expression.
yeah,
You got to be locked in because if you miss it, it's hard to. And I've tried to recreate poses. I've tried to recreate face expressions. It's
yeah,
hard because
hard,
especially if
bro.
that person is just being who they are, and like your camera's tripping and you miss it. It's like, no, that was the perfect smirk.
Right, bro.
Kind of getting the smirk again.
Right.
I don't know how to smirk. It's like, just,
Yeah, bro. It's
oh,
like, wait, do it again, just like that.
yeah.
What did I do?
What did I do?
What you just
Oh,
did? Just do that. Like,
I don't know. I've never smirked in my life. It's like, oh my.
yeah, bro. It's
So yeah, you're right. You're right. You got as a cinematographer, or I guess it's what DP, director of
yeah,
photography
director of
on
photography.
set. You got to be locked in. Like, you got to watch the moments. Like, no, this is the shot. Like, whatever you do, do not stop rolling.
Nothing upsets me more on a set than a person who is so devoted to the technical stuff that they are not paying attention to the story, that they are
Yeah,
not paying attention to what's going on. Because,
right,
bro, like, get your stuff fixed and together before you get here,
right,
or
right.
you here before us anyway,
Yeah,
right? So get your stuff together. Like, let these people do their thing. I hate, bro, when I tell you it
I know, man.
pees me off so bad to call action and then get a good, a really good moment, and
Yeah.
then for the DP to say, "Oh man, I wasn't rolling," or "Oh man, it was the something something."
The
Like,
quickest way to get
what?
fired, bro.
All right,
Yeah.
everybody go home. All right.
Everybody go home, bro.
Yeah,
Not doing this
like,
movie no more. I quit. I quit,
yeah, bro,
bro. Man, yeah,
man.
bro. That's yeah, yeah.
It was something else you had said. I can't remember what it was. I should have wrote it down. I've been taking notes, but I did do good. Anyway, all right, we gotta wrap it up soon. I'm about my thing cuts off in 9 minutes. But
You're doing good,
um
though. You did good.
yeah, we doing pretty good. We doing pretty good. We
Yeah. They
covering a
don't know.
lot,
You
bro.
can, you can go 3 hours, bro. They don't know.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
don't
this is
know.
what your photography stuff. So
Yeah.
bro, so one thing that I love about your photography, bro. Me and my wife talk about it all the time. Is it makes you feel like you're a part of like an exclusive club. You know
Oh,
what I'm
that's
saying?
good.
Or like I like because you
Good.
I've never got it from you, right? Like,
Yeah.
you've done like other shoots for me or whatnot. But
Yeah.
like I've never had a photo shoot of myself.
You need to
But
change
like,
this app.
yeah, facts. But like when I see your stuff, I'm like, dang. Like you can almost you can walk down the street, see one of your DK did that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh man.
and
Shout out to God, man. That's
it's so
cool. That's
it's
cool.
so unique, bro. It's so refreshing, man. And it's like I said, it feels like that exclusive, like members only. You know what I'm saying?
I need to use that actually.
You should, bro. You
I need to
should. Like,
that way.
that's hey, bro. It's so dope, man. And like I
Cool.
don't how I guess how did you come up with that? Like the way that you edit the photos and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
how like what was the what I'm saying?
So I'll try to keep this really brief.
Mhm.
Because my photography journey happened by accident. I did not want to be a photographer. I didn't. That wasn't a plan. I went
Mhm.
to school. I did fine arts. I did the theater department. It was a liberal arts school, so we had to take other art classes. And I took a film. Actually, took a film photography class. And I was the only person without a camera. I was using my phone. That's a film photography class, but I'm using my phone, right? And
Wow.
I'm already off, right? Until my professor let me borrow a camera. But my professor told me, she said, "You have vision."
Mm.
She said, "Just on your phone, the way that you see the world, you have vision." Shout out to Jenny Southworth. She's my photography professor. Saw something in me I didn't see it in myself. I'm a
Wow.
photographer today because of her. Shout out to Jenny. She said, "You have vision, right?" She said, "Keep shooting,
Mm.
keep shooting, keep shooting." So I kept shooting.
Yeah.
And what I learned is that, we all see the world differently.
Yeah.
I heard someone say that you see the world as you are. And I was
Mm.
like, wait, what? And he was saying, like, everything that's inside of you informs how you view the world. And I was like,
Mm.
whoa, okay, cool. So it goes back. This is a good uh, tie into what we talked about earlier about becoming, right?
Yeah.
So I was already an actor, right? So I was
Mhm.
already an artist in that, right? But being an actor, being an artist kind of informed me on how to view the world. So I
Mm.
started to look for the beauty everywhere.
Wow.
And that changed. And this is before I got a camera. I'm using my phone. This is before I got
Yeah.
a camera. It changed how I took pictures because I started to look for what's the story because I'm an actor.
Yeah.
So I started taking pictures as an actor, kind of as a director, maybe a DP. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? Like it
Yeah.
all tied. So I'm viewing the world as if I'm telling a story.
Yeah.
So that's how that kind of informed how I started taking pictures. I just wanted to tell stories.
Yeah.
So if this part of your face is lit and this part is completely black, what does that story tell? So I
Yeah.
start playing with shadows. Okay, what's in the shadow? What happens when there's no light? What's the story in the no light area? Okay,
Yeah.
what does the light do when I shine it this way? What happens if I turn my model this way and the camera's over here? What does
Hmm.
that make this side of the face now becomes more interesting because you can't really see it? So if I put some light there, oh, now I got a moody shot. So I started actually kind of like as a cinematographer, really.
Hmm.
And then I started getting interested about color. What story does color tell? I
Yeah.
started messing with color gels. I started messing with, storytelling elements, some costume stuff. So all that kind of leads to my work now, 2025, where it's always going to be bold colors.
Yeah.
You're always gonna have shadows somewhere in there. Even if
Hmm.
it's almost some bright stuff, I can do bright stuff, obviously, but it's always gonna be some moodiness to it. There's always gonna be a story. I'm real big on face expressions and like emotions, and all of that just kind of became, I guess, the exclusive club. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. It's a club.
yeah,
Y'all, everybody join the club now. Go
in the
get
club.
go get your
Yeah.
membership. Go
Hey, hit
get your
me up, man,
membership.
because I post pictures. People be like, "Man, I don't got a picture." It's like, come on, hit me up, hit me up.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Bro, listen, I swear, dog, we could talk forever. Like this ain't even normally like we talk about film all the time. We talk about
yeah,
family all the time. We talk about God, of course, all the time. Shout out to the Most High. Um,
facts all the time.
and we could talk forever, bro. But I appreciate you coming. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I
man.
hate to wrap it. But
It's all
hour is the cutoff until I get more subscribers and more viewers so I can pay for the package that has
good.
unlimited time.
There you
Um,
go. Hey, y'all, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the
let's go.
podcast,
No
like
onions.
ASAP. Yeah, yeah,
ASAP.
no
Let's go.
onions. It's completely free to subscribe. You pay for everything else in life. For this, it's just free. Just
It's free.
subscribe. Right.
It's
So
free.
y'all show love to my boy. This is my big brother, man. I
Man,
appreciate you for having me on the
bro.
podcast.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for finding the time, bro. Thanks
Hey,
for
man.
coming through and talking, bro.
Oh,
Man,
oh,
it's a blessing, man. And
yes, sir.
keep doing what you're doing, bro. Like, I always tell you, you don't know. I know you have people that you are directly responsible for as a
Yeah,
man of God, as a husband, as a father.
yeah.
But bro, there are so many other people that are glued in and locked into your story, bro. So
Oh, man.
keep being you, man.
I
Keep
appreciate
being
it.
you.
I'm gonna say this before we end. I'm gonna say
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
leave your followers with this. So when I was 16, Corey looked at me. It was at a rehearsal. We just finished a rehearsal, and I think I was 16, maybe just turned 17. It was before I went to college. Corey looked at me and said, "Man, there's something inside of you. There's like a light in you, and one day people are going to see you and be like, 'Where did you come from?'" I don't know if you remember this, bro. I was sitting on a couch. I was sitting on
Yeah.
it was like a red couch. We were rehearsing like a little living room scene.
Yeah.
Like, and I want to say your wife was there at the time. I don't think y'all were married yet, but I want
Okay.
to say she was there as
Hmm.
part of the rehearsal. I don't know why.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think she was there, like helping you. And you said there's something in you, man, and people are going to see you one day and be like, where did you come from? And you told me keep going, and I've been going ever since, man. So thank you for seeing something in me,
Bless you, bro.
bro, over 10 years ago, man.
Bless
Over
you,
10
bro.
years ago. So this is a full circle moment, man.
For
Yeah,
sure, man. For sure,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, bro.
Y'all stay in touch with DK, man. Hey, it's nothing but love, bro.
Hey,
Love you,
appreciate
man.
y'all for having me. Yeah.
Always, man. We gotta do it again too. We gotta do it
Oh,
again.
yeah. This is just
We gotta
part
do,
one.
yeah, yeah, and we
Yeah.
gotta do it with the other guys too.
Oh
We'll
yeah,
talk about
for
that
sure.
next time.
Yeah, 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 for sure, for sure.
Yeah. All right, bro. Be easy. Thank y'all for tuning into No Onions Podcast.
Yes, sir.